In the 11th century, northern traders journeyed across vast deserts to the bustling marketplaces of Hausa city-states, such as Kano. These traders, hailing from regions like North Africa and beyond, were not only merchants of gold, salt, and other valuable goods, but also carriers of a new faith, Islam. As they traded with local merchants and conversed with kings and nobles, they introduced the Hausa people to Islamic teachings. The religion's emphasis on one God, its moral framework, and the rich cultural traditions that came with it began to capture the interest of the local rulers. These interactions marked the beginning of Islam's gradual spread throughout the region. As time passed, Islam's influence grew stronger, particularly during the 13th century when the rulers of the Kanem-Bornu Empire formally embraced the faith. This empire, which controlled a vast expanse of land in present-day Chad, Nigeria, and Libya, had long been a center of power in West Africa. The rulers saw in Islam more than just spiritual guidance. They recognized that Islam could help them establish stronger political ties with other Muslim kingdoms across Africa and beyond. By converting to Islam, they could reinforce their authority and legitimacy while benefiting from the knowledge and culture of the broader Islamic world. The acceptance of Islam by these rulers brought significant changes. Islamic scholars were invited to royal courts to teach the Quran and Islamic law. The construction of mosques became widespread, and Islamic practices began to shape the daily lives of the people. Islam was not imposed by force, but rather integrated into the local culture, blending with existing traditions while offering new ways of thinking about governance, morality, and spirituality. In the early 19th century, the rise of Usman dan Fodio marked a turning point for Islam in the region. Usman, a prominent Islamic scholar and reformer, was deeply concerned about what he saw as the corruption and laxity of Islamic practices among the Hausa rulers. He believed that true Islamic values had been diluted over time, and that a return to the pure teachings of the Prophet Muhammad was necessary. Usman launched a jihad, or holy struggle, to purify Islam and bring about social and political reform. This movement gained widespread support, particularly among the Fulani people and Hausa peasants, who rallied behind his call for justice and religious renewal. Usman's jihad led to the establishment of the Sokoto Caliphate, a powerful Islamic state that unified much of northern Nigeria. The caliphate became a beacon of Islamic learning and governance in West Africa. Mosques and schools were built throughout the region, and Islamic law became the foundation of political and legal systems. The Sokoto Caliphate's influence extended far beyond its borders, and it became a hub for Islamic scholarship, trade, and cultural exchange. As the 20th century approached, Nigeria came under British colonial rule. The arrival of European powers brought significant changes to the political landscape of the region, particularly as the British sought to unify Nigeria's diverse peoples under a single colonial administration. Despite these changes, Islam remained a deeply entrenched force, especially in the north. Under colonial rule, Muslim leaders continued to advocate for the preservation of Islamic law and customs in their regions, even as British authorities imposed their own systems of governance. Islam remained a cornerstone of identity for millions of Nigerians, providing a sense of continuity and cultural integrity in the face of foreign domination. Following Nigeria's independence in 1960, Islam continued to play a central role in shaping the nation's identity. The religion's influence was most pronounced in northern Nigeria, where it shaped governance, education, and daily life. Throughout the decades, Islam has remained resilient, adapting to modern changes while preserving its traditions. The legacy of Islamic scholarship, law, and spirituality that began centuries ago remains visible today in Nigeria's vibrant cities and rural communities. In modern-day Nigeria, Islam is woven deeply into the fabric of the nation. From the ancient trade routes of the Hausa city-states to the rise of the Sokoto Caliphate, Islam's journey to Nigeria has been one of resilience, adaptation, and profound influence. The religion has grown alongside the nation, providing not only a spiritual foundation, but also shaping the country's politics, culture, and legal systems. It continues to thrive, coexisting with other religious traditions and contributing to Nigeria's rich and diverse society. The story of Islam's arrival in Nigeria is more than just a historical narrative. It is a living legacy. Passed down from generation to generation, it serves as a reminder of the power of faith, the exchange of ideas, and the enduring connection between Nigeria and the broader Islamic world.
Subscribe to watch more soul-inspiring and mind-blowing Islamic stories, like and share, so that this video can reach out to more people.